Are you ready to podcast? Haha. Do you like podcasting? Haha.
Aye, it's good fun. Haha.
Oh, sorry. You just caught us in the middle of a chat. Haha. Welcome back to the hit podcast Discussing Nothing. Haha. I'm your host, Ross. Haha. Welcome back to Discussing Nothing. Don't know what happened there. Might have just had some sort of weird dream sequence there that I was going through. Anyway, welcome back to Discussing Nothing. This is a podcast where we discuss a multitude of topics, most of the time meaning nothing. I'm your host, Ross. Said that already. Anyway, I'm joined by two guests. Or should I say co-hosts? Or contestants? Or friends? Definitely not. I'm joined by the knitted
Kelvin.
and the swole.
Emma.
Preamble. Emma, how are you?
I'm alright, yeah. How are you?
You're a frequenter of the gym.
Yep.
How has your gym progress been going of late?
Good. Yeah, getting there.
Getting there? Getting
Get
pretty
where?
swole?
Like, what's the end goal?
What's the end goal?
Swole.
You want to
Swole.
get jacked? What, so you could beat up little kids in the playground and take their lunch money?
Yeah.
Why in playgrounds? Weirdo. Kelvin, I believe we discussed your knitwear before,
I wouldn't
but this
call
is
it
another
discussion.
exceptional piece of knitwear you're wearing today. Did you
Yeah.
knit it yourself?
No,
No?
I don't know.
Where did you buy it from?
I got given it by my dad, I think.
Daddy Craig.
Yep.
He's crazy like a fool.
What does that mean?
Daddy cool.
Okay.
Anyway. Knee slap. I am wearing a hat. And this is because today I am back judging things from the alphabet. We've discussed the best thing with A, the best thing with C, the best thing with Eagle. But today I am frankly, fabulously, it's F. The best thing beginning with F today. So how this works, in case you haven't watched this before, Kelvin and Emma are both going to tell me the best thing beginning with F. Now, once they tell me the best thing beginning with F, they must also tell me why it, obviously it's the best thing beginning with F, but why the other thing's not good. Why the other thing... It's not really what the best thing beginning with F is. Take your opinions out of this. It's what... Who argues better, essentially? Who's the better arguer? Now, Kelvin, you've won a few of these in the past, have you not?
I think so, yeah. I've beaten Liam a good few times. And
Well, it's not hard. He
it's
never
not
wins
difficult,
any of them.
Yeah, no.
Emma, you've won a few too.
Mm-hmm.
You ready to do battle?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Well, from experience, that's not very ready.
Mm.
Kelvin, I'm going to start with you. What is the best thing in the world beginning with F? Tell me what it is and give me a quick speech. A quick argument as to why.
Well, the best thing beginning with F is forests.
Tell me why.
Because without them, we wouldn't have wood, we wouldn't have squirrels, and we wouldn't have the Amazon rainforest, which is very
Detrimental.
cool.
It's,
Detrimental?
it is detrimental to us living the Amazon
Oh.
rainforest. I don't think you realize.
Detrimental.
Yeah, I
No,
don't
that-
think you realize how much
You're-
or essential
The destruction of it
Hold
is
on.
detrimental.
words didn't work. No, right? Oh well.
course
Who cares? I'm not the words man.
Clearly.
I don't know what you have against the Amazon.
Emma, what's the best thing beginning with F?
Food.
Food. Oh, that's so vague.
It's the food of life, literally.
What?
It is the food of
That
life.
is your pitch for food.
Hey, Kelvin likes to say that
That's your
without
elevator
forests,
pitch for food.
we
Oh,
wouldn't
no, but
have wood.
He at least brought up squirrels. You just went, it's the food of life.
Squirrels could be food if you wanted them to be. I wouldn't personally.
Yeah, forests have squirrels in it, so we have the food as well. So
Right. Pause. Give me a quick elevator pitch of why you like food. Why it's the best thing in the world, food.
And we quite literally wouldn't be here without it.
We're on a podcast.
Yeah, and we wouldn't be here on this podcast right now if we didn't have food because we'd be dead.
Interesting. Right. Kelvin.
plants live without food.
Let's not get carried away, right?
I wouldn't. That's not entirely true.
Kel.
Leaf.
Jibber jabbing.
Don't go any further into
Yeah,
that
don't
point.
jibber jabbing. So, Kelvin, do you frequent a forest very often? Where's your nearest forest?
Well, I kind of grew up beside one.
Oh, did you?
It's not really a forest. It's more of like a wood. But
Your middle name is Forrest.
and my middle name is Forest.
So you've
So
got a personal stake. in this.
multitudinal argument here.
Hmm.
So
So your childhood, you were raised next to a forest.
Yeah.
You're a woodland boy.
yeah, I
Um,
always felt like a connection to the woodland creatures.
It's like Snow White. That you'd whistle,
yeah, I've got
and they'd all come in.
got my own language
Do you?
to go with it and stuff. Yeah, like
Give,
And
us,
what
give us an
is-
example.
What is so peaceful about a forest?
what is so peaceful about
Yeah.
a forest?
Yeah.
That's a great question.
Well, ponder that. How long have you been into food, Emma?
Oh, as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why is it why is it better than a forest?
Well, I mean, we can get on just fine without forests, you know? I mean, we need trees, I'll give you that. But trees don't always mean forests, you know?
I would argue if you got rid of all the forests in the world, we wouldn't be able to breathe.
The world would
Well,
overheat.
that was literally why I said you can still have trees, but not forests.
No.
Yes. Not all trees are in forests.
Yeah, but if you got rid of all the forests, there wouldn't be enough trees for us to breathe.
How do you know?
Because without the Amazon rainforest,
Well, We're already destroying the Amazon rainforest as we speak.
Are you
pro
that?
are you pro destruction of Amazon
Okay.
rainforests?
Last time we
If it
appeared
means
on
I
one
get
of
more food, then absolutely.
these- I don't think that's what it means.
I think a lot of food grows in a forest.
Squirrels,
Squirrels, berries,
wild boars,
wild boars, crows.
Ah, yes,
fish.
food that we
if
all
there's
eat.
a river, like a nice waterfall in a forest, there's probably fish in
Mhm.
there.
There's also
Yes.
plenty of fish in the sea where there are no
Oh.
forests.
Thinking
There's-
of moving on in your relationship, plenty more fish in the sea, eh?
Mm.
Poor Nathan. Finding out on a podcast that Emma thinks there's plenty more fish in the sea. Disgraceful. Now, Emma, why are you so anti-forest?
I just, there's not much excitement there. Bit boring, dangerous.
Dangerous.
Get lost. Plenty of people get lost in the woods
Yeah,
and
it's
never
good.
return.
It's good fun.
Jeff, did you often play? Did you play hide and seek with all your squirrel and ferrety friends when you were younger in the forest?
I don't think there was any ferrets, but
You can find ferrets in the forest.
the occasional peacock.
A pine marten?
No,
You,
not down in the lowlands.
you didn't befriend a pine marten. Just the squirrels.
Just a squirrel.
Your friends in the forest seem exclusively squirrels.
Yeah, birds and
No,
maybe a deer. or two.
just an occasional deer.
Yeah, but what was the question?
Now, Kelvin.
Yeah.
You obviously have eaten food in the past.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have.
Why is it not? Why is food not more not detrimental, essential than forestry?
Well,
Take your time.
like food is pretty essential. I'll give her that. But we aren't
But say
arguing.
if you were going to argue against food,
Food is pretty much the number one cause of obesity,
it is.
which
It
is a
is.
bad thing.
Well, the
Yeah, how
way
are you
to
gonna?
cure that is just to eat slightly less food,
Oh.
but not no food.
But the food is so tasty these days that
Yeah.
people can't help themselves. So food might be the death of us. We need to return to the forest.
And what would we eat in the forest?
Wild
Food,
boar,
which is
the correct amount,
food. That's what
an
I just-
ecosystem.
I just said that.
Yeah, but in its current state, the food industry is going to be the death of us.
Mm-hmm. And would you say forests are the only way to save us?
Yes.
But
Because
in
you
those
can't have
forests,
factories in a forest. You
those-
can't have.
that's
Tesco's
exactly
in it.
what they're doing to your precious little Amazon rainforest, cutting it
Yeah,
down
I don't want them to do that.
Yeah,
You clearly do.
Yeah.
Which
for
is
food.
What, planning
But
up?
if we live in the forest, we're still eating food.
Yeah, but we'll live in harmony with the
Because
food.
we cannot live without it.
But we'll live in harmony with the food, and forests are the only way in which we can do that.
So you'll eat your friends.
Yeah, well, I have to, yeah.
What, little Pete the squirrel, your best
Yeah,
friend that
sometimes
you
you just-
used to play hide and seek in the Haddington Woods with.
Sometimes you have to just spear.
You're gonna
Spear the
spear a
squirrel.
squirrel. Do you really think a squirrel needs that much of a gruesome death? Like,
Yeah,
surely
more of like a snare or something.
yeah,
You mustn't care for these wonderful forest creatures all that much if you're
They
willing
actually
to...
offer up their bodies to me so I
Oh,
can sustain
that's
myself.
not what that just sounded like.
It sounds like Kelvin is just a fan of the way of the forest and the way of life that the forest has. The forest has no rules. The forest provides what the forest needs for you.
Mm. And, some really good movies scenes are shot in forests, so...
Emma, I've heard a lot about how mesmerizing and whimsical and fantastical the forest is. And all I've heard you say is, oh, we live with it. I can't live without food. Food's great.
Well, yeah, food is great.
I need a
Well, if
bit
you
more
let
from
me
you.
speak.
Right.
Floor is yours.
The floor is yours. The forest floor is yours.
Say that into the mic.
No, nothing.
Well, the thing about food is, like I said, it is essential. We can't live without it. It's also just delicious. There's no better feeling than when you're hungry, you've went all day, and you're having your favorite meal for dinner, and you sit down, you chow down, and it really just,
Digests.
after you've eaten it, yeah. The wonder of the human body.
This is someone who restricts themselves from eating a whole subsection of food.
Yeah, I don't eat your wonderful forest creatures.
I've never been less excited by food than
go
when
home.
you talked about it right now.
And you
You
eat
go home, you chew it.
I said chow down.
You've not even mentioned one sort of tasty food that you could eat.
Pasta, pizza, a roast dinner,
You say it with
Christmas
such-
dinner.
You say it with such
A roast
passion.
dinner. You don't have a roast
don't have a
dinner.
roast
I do have a
dinner.
roast dinner. I just don't have a dead bird on my plate.
And
Instead.
not roast.
Whoa.
I have something else.
What do you
What?
have?
Fake meat. Or
Feet.
yeah.
So you're not even taking advantage of food.
Meat.
No,
The food-
I'm quite literally not taking advantage of the poor animals
Mm. Well, maybe you
that
should.
you care so deeply about in your forest, apparently, but
This
not
is-
really because you eat them.
You're arguing for the forest again.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you're like,
Without the forest, there would be no animals.
yeah.
That's just not true.
There'd be no-
Right.
His
I'm gonna
cows
give
don't
you-
live in a forest.
I'm gonna give you
might.
guys. I'm gonna give you guys a moment to think. I'm gonna go over and speak to my co-associate Liam. Okay, Liam. First of all, keep thinking, you two. I'm speaking to Liam. Yeah, ponder. Put your ponder chin on.
What are we thinking about?
Your last argument.
'Kay.
And might I recommend Emma? You really need it. Okay. Liam. First of all, what would you have chosen as your favorite thing beginning with F?
FIFA.
It's EAFC, actually. FIFA no longer exists.
That's the only reason I didn't pick FIFA.
Yeah.
But football.
Football. Now, that would have been a great answer if either of you chose that. You could have talked about... That is the people's game.
Nothing quite captures emotions like football.
Quite right,
You can
Liam.
keep your forests. You
Now-
can keep your food.
Yeah. Liam,
Football.
help me unravel this probably the worst argument I've ever had the pleasure of delegating on this. That's probably the wrong word as well. Anyway, help me unravel it.
Okay. So, from what I understand, Emma's arguments are it's food, you need it to be alive, you go home, you chew it, you eat it. Kelvin has said that he likes forests. He grew up in the forests. He's part of the forest.
We're all part of the forest. That's what I'm trying to
Exactly.
We are the forest.
I think you can see where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
And then he mentioned squirrels. Kind of takes the cake.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
And,
Right.
sorry, Emma did bring up being vegetarian as an argument again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
Standard.
probably... hampers her own food
Yes.
argument because there's
No.
lots of food she won't eat.
I can eat, won't eat, but it just goes so there's plenty of other options there for me to eat.
Plenty of other squirrels
Forest
in the sea.
boy. give me your quick last final argument for the forest.
The forest is really good, and forest.
Right, you're done. Emma, you might have a chance.
Food is really good.
Food is nice
Food is great.
and good.
I just think it literally comes back. We cannot live without it.
Right, you're
It's-
done. This has been a really good episode. For the first time in history, none of them win. I'm actually giving the answer. The winner of this episode is Liam. And he wasn't even on it. The winner of this episode is Liam for football because these two arguments were so poor. I'm sorry if you've listened to all of this. I doubt you have. Thank you very much for listening to Discussing Nothing. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.